across the world. And this isn't just point-of-sale systems, but in everything that we do, how we touch retailers and the overall enterprise. We are number 3 in global POS shipments. That was based on 2012 numbers. So from a ship share standpoint, we're one of the leaders in the marketplace right now. 90 of the world's top 100 retailers are HP clients. So we're working with all of the large retailers worldwide in a variety of different ways, whether it be from point of sale, digital signage, back office, enterprise, software, a number of different areas. And then we're the Frost & Sullivan 2012 POS Portfolio Strategy Award winner. So primarily what we'll be touching on today is going to be more related towards the POS side of it all. But my group, which is the Retail Solutions Group, really what we're involved with is what goes on in the stores. So that does include the POS systems. We're also involved with digital signage and building out solutions for retailers to enhance the customer experience in the store, as well as self-service, and this gets involved with kiosk, and then likewise mobility, which we're going to touch on today as well too. So really in regards to what HP is able to bring, I think, to a retailer is really everything from an in-store perspective, which is really what our group focuses on, but really carrying it all the way through to the home office and all the services that might be required to really offer a full solution to that end user. And HP is really one of the few companies that can really provide an end-to-end solution within the retail marketplace. So just so you know that we have been involved in this in a while, and I would think you'd recognize some of these accounts that are on here. We're involved with a number of major chains, both in the U.S., Canada, and worldwide as well too. The thing I think that's unique here too is that we don't just specialize in a particular area. We do cover specialty retail, hard goods, grocery, hospitality, pretty much all the markets that are out there, and we've got a good presence there. So we've got a really good story to tell. We've got referenceable accounts, and I think a partnership with yourselves and HP and Retail Realm lends itself to a good story that you can tell when you're going in to talk to a customer about your solution. So let me get into the program itself. As Jonathan had stated, really we wanted to be able to provide a program that was going to be of value to you as a reseller, to where you would be able to make money by offering the HP hardware and hopefully close more business than what you're currently doing now. A lot of times you don't focus on the hardware piece of it, and I think with HP's name attached to the solution that you're offering, it can be a real benefit. Essentially, some of the benefits to the program itself is that really what we wanted to accomplish was we wanted to pull together HP systems that would be fully certified with the Microsoft Dynamics software products, and then and really from a standpoint that from the support that these products are already tested to work with the Microsoft products, so that you're not having to troubleshoot new hardware components that were not really tested on the software itself. Part of it, of course, too, is we really want to offer savings on HP hardware as part of the program, to where there's discounts that are applied by you being a Retail Realm partner. And likewise, as part of that program, we've got special savings that are tied to the hardware components that we're offering. One of the things that we're going to be doing, and this in conjunction with Blue Star, who is our partner from a distributor standpoint, is we wanted to create some unique Retail Realm part numbers for the products. And this is more from a protection standpoint for you as a reseller, in that if you're chasing an account and you're providing them with HP components, that particular end user is not able to go directly online and find those exact same part numbers being offered by somebody else. So it's going to be unique to you. You're not going to see these part numbers being offered by some of the larger guys that just do online business and are just pushing hardware. We really wanted this to be a full solution-based offering with your value add, and so you'll have unique part numbers tied to this as well too. We have put together preset hardware bundles, so there'll be a single SKU that you'll be able to have all the components put together for you. So this would be a special build of the POS terminal itself, as well as a number of the peripherals tied to that. And we're looking for your input on this as well too. We want to make sure that we're providing you with the solutions that you feel that you need to bring to your customers. So as we go through some of these bundles later on in the presentation, if there's something that doesn't look like it works for you, or if it's a situation where we need to maybe tweak this a little bit, please let us know, because we want to make this to be a program that's going to work for you. And then part of this relationship with Blue Star, hopefully you're already signed up with Blue Star and working with Blue Star, but if not, one of the key functions that they offer is they do have sales professionals available to you to provide hardware consulting. So if a particular bundle does not work for your customer, or if we're talking about a large AX customer that's going to have special requirements, you've got Blue Star sales professionals there to assist you and help you build out the system that you're going to need. And once again, the other service, or one of the other services that Blue Star offers, and there's some of you that may already be taking advantage of this, but they can pre-configure your system at Blue Star. So they will do the load of the software and load your gold image that might be specific to you, and the products can then be shipped directly to you or directly out to your customers themselves. Some additional benefits on the HP side. One of the things that we do like to supply you with is leads. So I don't think anybody would object to that. We have, because of who HP is in the industry, a number of people do reach out to us and want to know what we have to offer from a solution standpoint. Since HP is not supplying the software portion of the systems, we're relying heavily on Retail Realm and you as partners to be able to offer the full solution to our customers. You also, as a service, have HP retail specialists available to you, and this is, we're available to you as a partner, but also if, and this might be more geared towards some of the AX partners that are out there as part of the AX Alliance, but we also have customer-facing reps that work with large chain accounts, and this is another resource for you to come in with HP and present to those customers and offering a full solution. We do offer demo equipment to go to customer sites for opportunities that if the customer needs to test it with your software running and prove out that concept. We do offer that as part of our demo pool. Blue Star also has the capability of offering that to you as well too. And then whether, depending on the opportunity, obviously you can utilize the bundles that we put together, but as I've mentioned previously, we can customize a solution specific to your customer if need be, if one of the bundles is not going to work for their particular solution that they are requiring. And then the other thing, and we'll talk a little bit more about this, is a big benefit though is HP's unparalleled warranties and care packs. So we really leverage, you've got the ability to leverage our warranties and how we handle service, and add on care packs that we offer to extending the warranties. And our current HP resellers that are out there find this as being one of the huge benefits of working with HP. And in the event that you do not sell hardware, and this might be a benefit to those that do, one of the things Retail Realm wanted to make sure, because a number of partners do not sell hardware, it may choose not to going forward, but we will be partnering you up with those individual resellers so that they can offer a full solution. So for those of you that want to carry hardware, we'd like to know that you're willing to partner with some of the other Retail Realm resellers to actually offer the hardware portion maybe of their opportunity they're going after. So how to order? First off, what you'll need to be able to do is you'll have to opt into the program. So this can be done by contacting Retail Realm or also Denise Spears, who heads up HP at Blue Star. And that's Denise there in the corner with all of her contact information. In addition to that, we've got, once you're set up in your account set up, you'll be flagged as a Retail Realm account. And I've got the applications just in case you are not currently a Blue Star partner. I'm working with them as a distributor, so we can get that out to you as well too, so that you can get set up with credit terms with them. But essentially going forward, you'll have a Blue Star sales rep assigned to you, and you'll place your orders directly through them. And then coming soon, we'll have a actual Retail Realm HP website at Blue Star, where you'll be able to pull up product information and brochures, spec sheets, and then also be able to do online ordering through there. I was hoping to have Jason Ferment on the call as well today, but Jason's with Blue Star. He will probably set up an additional call here in the near future for him to go through the VARCOM program at Blue Star. But essentially, it is Blue Star's marketing services that's available to you, so they can customize special marketing. They can assist you with your website and a number of other types of programs to help drive business to you. So this is just another value add to the overall relationship with HP and Blue Star. So anyway, I'm going to turn this over now to Brad Tracy. Brad is our Global Retail Segment Manager for HP. So he heads up things on the retail side for us on a global basis. And anyway, I'm going to kick this over to Brad, and he's going to take you through why a partnership with HP is good from a product standpoint, and then go through some of the new products that we are going to be releasing here shortly. Brad?
Thanks, David, and Jonathan, thank you as well. Can you hear me okay?
I'm hearing you good. Hopefully everyone else is.
Yeah, we can hear you good.
That's all I'm looking for, just some confirmation that y'all can hear me good. So, all right, we'll go ahead and jump into this. So, David is being a little bit modest when he talks about where HP is at in terms of the progress we've made. If you go back 10 years ago, HP was really non-existent within the retail space from a point-of-sale perspective, and we've grown now to be the #3 provider worldwide in terms of purpose-built point-of-sale. And that's nothing short of really phenomenal when you think about it, competing against companies that have been in the business not just 10, 20, 30 years, but folks have been in the business for 100-plus years. So being able to come into that market and really disrupt that market as a result of the value proposition that we bring to the market is something that I think we're very proud of, and something that I want to make sure that we kind of start with. And it really starts with this price performance, providing you some significant value, giving you the best performance out there in a purpose-built, retail, rugged, long life cycle product, but at an exceptional price. So when HP first started in this business, it was, get yourself a retail rugged product, but at the price of a PC. And we've continued to deliver that level of quality and price and performance, and that's ultimately what has led us to the success that we've had thus far. Ultimately, it started out with what we call the RP5. At the time, it was called the RP3000, but it was essentially a modular configuration that does look very similar to a desktop computer, but it was purpose-built. Since that time, and we'll show here in a moment, we've really filled out that portfolio, and it's allowed us to be able to continue that trajectory and that growth that we've had over the last 10 years to grow to the point that we are today. And the products that we'll introduce to you today really fill in the final pieces of our portfolio from a point-of-sale perspective and give you the breadth of everything that you would need in terms of a good, better, best, a modular configuration, an all-in-one configuration, a tablet-based configuration. HP is uniquely positioned to really provide that full configuration flexibility and expandability in terms of the products that we have with this broad-based portfolio. And as Dave commented, the warranty and the service are nothing short of exceptional. 3-year warranty standard with the products, with all the purpose-built POS products. The tablets we'll talk about are a little bit different. Tablets carry a one-year warranty on them as opposed to a 3-year. But still, when you take a look at that, compare that to the other tablets that are in the marketplace or the other purpose-built point-of-sale, what you'll find is that those are exceptional warranty characteristics. If you go to the next slide, please, we'll jump right into the RP2. The RP2 is our brand new product. It's an all-in-one product that we've introduced. We actually formally introduced it and launched it at the National Restaurant Association in the May time frame, and since then we've been showing it every chance we can. Go ahead and go to the next slide. And again, it's built upon that same basic value proposition that HP is known for. First of all, affordability. We have the retail or the RP7 product, and what you'll see with the RP7 that you may be familiar with, great product, highly reliable, and really does well within the market space. But it's at a higher price point than some of the competition that's out there. Some of the folks that you may be familiar with in terms of that all-in-one space, there's a lot of brands out there. And we found that we were not able to as effectively compete as we would have liked to because of the price point of the RP7. So this RP2 is really intended to fill an entry-level, affordable price point, if you will. But it's not just affordable in terms of the acquisition cost. The power consumption as well as the 3-year warranty makes this the total TCO, or the total cost of ownership, significantly lower than the competitors that are out there. The second key point to the value proposition is that it's simple. It's a fully integrated terminal with versatile configurations. We'll get into in just a minute how you can configure the unit up, but you'll find it to be very easy to be able to work with this. And at the same time, it was key to us that we did not compromise reliability. We needed to have the high reliability that HP is aware of, and we took it one step further. This is an IP54 rated unit, meaning that it is fully sealed. There's no fan inside the unit, so you can dump the water all over the thing, and it'll go ahead and stand up and continue to run. So fanless, fully sealed, IP54 rated is a key piece for us, and really will serve well within the retail environment. Next slide, please. One of the other things that we found in this packaging was we really wanted to be able to minimize the counter space that we took up, while at the same time maximizing the screen and the available real estate on that screen. So what we did was we went to a wide aspect ratio class screen here, and you'll see this in a minute. It's a 14.1-inch screen, but we wanted to shrink the overall footprint of the terminal down, recognizing that many retailers are very constrained in terms of that space. What you'll see here is a unit that's basically 14 inches wide. That's the screen itself. However, the base unit is only 10 inches by effectively 9 inches that you can see there. And then the height of the unit in terms of the base is very attractive and very low profile, if you will. But by using a dual hinged arm, we're able to adjust, as you can see here in the center, and give you a great amount of versatility in terms of being able to minimize the amount of reflection that you might have off of ambient light sources, and to be able to give you the most ergonomic position possible. So very sleek, very stylish, and very, very attractive for small, compact spaces. Here you see the terminal. Obviously, you'd have a printer. You may have a scanner. You may have a cash drawer, but from an all-in-one perspective, put this up against the competition. I think you're going to find something that looks great and really addresses that compact need. Next slide. At the same time, while we needed to and wanted to minimize the amount of space, we did not want to compromise in any way on the connectivity that we offered. Many retailers have existing peripherals that they might want to take forward. While we have a full complement of our own peripherals, be they cash drawers, scanners, printers, and whatnot, we do know that some customers may have existing legacy peripherals that they may want to drag forward. And so all in all, what we wanted to do was make sure we had significant amount of connectivity. So what we've done is, if you can take a look here at the bottom, we've got the 24-volt USB, the printer port, so being able to fully power the printer without having to have a separate power brick. We have a cash drawer port. We have the 12-volt USB peripheral port, so an additional USB port for an additional peripheral as well. And then if you move over to the right, we have additional serial ports that are available. So we have a 0. This should actually say 5-volt. It's actually 0, 5, and 12-volt in terms of the connectivity. So you can power a standard USB peripheral, or you can power a 5-volt, 12-volt peripherals as well. What we've done there, though, is we've got an RJ50 connector, which is a little bit different. So it's more like a phone jack connector, and to be able to provide power. What that'll do is that'll go then to a DB9 connector, the typical connector that you may be familiar with, to be able to connect up serial ports. And then in addition to those powered ports in the center, you see there we have additional USB ports, both 2.0 as well as 3.0. We've got the line in, line out, and then we've got the standard Ethernet connectivity as well. So significant amount of connectivity on connector row, and that's, I think, a big piece to allow you to be able to protect the investment of existing peripherals that a customer might have, but also be able to accommodate new peripherals as they become available. Next slide. So I mentioned the touch screen before. What I didn't get into was that there are actually a couple of different choices that are available on the touch screen. So we have both a 5-wire resistive touch, which has a bezel, and then we have a bezel-free projective capacitive touch. So the 5-wire resistive obviously is going to be a little bit lower in terms of the price point from an acquisition perspective. It's going to give you great performance, but at the same time, the projective capacitive looks a little slicker. It does not have the bezel, so it's a little bit easier to clean. It does give you some investment protection because it's capable of doing the multi-touch, which is something that while many of the applications don't currently take advantage of, going forward in the future, having that investment protection is something that's real nice. Now, one of the things that's different about this is it's not a standard aspect ratio screen, meaning effectively it's not a square screen, if you will, but this is more like your television. This is a wide aspect 16:9 screen that's out there. So really comparable to what you might see in tablets today, and certainly much more modern and contemporary looking, and it's certainly the way that the industry is going, both in terms of applications but in terms of hardware as well. So you've got to feel confident that you're giving the customer something that's really on the leading edge when you take a look at the way that this thing looks and the way that it performs. Next slide. Now, I talked about, we wanted to be able to have a very small footprint on this device, and I've mentioned that it was effectively 10 by 9 inches in terms of the base. But one of the other things that we've done to be able to maximize the flexibility and minimize the footprint is by having these zero footprint sort of, peripherals around the edges. So these are the same peripherals that you would have on the RP7. With one exception, and that's the MSR that you see there. But what's nice is if you're a reseller that's going to carry multiple product lines and you want to have a good and a better or a best sort of strategy, this allows you to be able to have one set of peripherals, one set of drivers, one set of inventory, and you could use that for both the RP7 as well as for the RP2. So what you see is around the edges, and it's hard to fully envision in this particular slide, but where you see the USB symbol there on the left-hand side of the screen, imagine there's also USB at the top of the screen and one on the right of the screen. Any of those USBs can really be used effectively for any of the ports from a technical perspective. Now, typically, you're going to use the top port for the screen. You're going to use it either for the 2x20 or for the 7-inch customer-facing display is typically what you're going to use there at the top. However, you might also use that for the webcam that you see over in the upper right-hand corner of our peripherals that are listed there, and that would be a webcam. In addition to that, we have an integrated scanner, so you can minimize your counter space by not having a separate scanner, but having a scanner mounted to the side of the terminal. We also have the MSR that I mentioned, and then we also have a biometric reader. So we've got a full complement of integrated peripherals that will plug directly into the head unit and therefore not take up any additional space, nor consume any of the USBs that you saw earlier on the connector row. So really giving you some great flexibility there. Next slide. So this is a bit of an eye chart, and I apologize for this, but really wanted to give you a good feel of all of the functionality kind of on one slide, if you will. So this really gives you some of the things that I didn't talk about, some of the storage capabilities, all the way from the SSD drives to the standard spinning media that you would have out there, from 32 gig all the way to 500 gig in terms of the size of drives. Talks about the various operating systems that are available with this particular unit. I think we already mentioned the touch display. I didn't mention the processors and the chipset. Two different processors are available as well. So when you really think about it, that's 4 different potential options. We'll be releasing 3 of them in the U.S., and one of them will be a little bit longer lead time item. But you have the opportunity of having what's called a J1900 chip or having the quad-core J2900. Actually, both of them are quad-core, the 1900 or the 2900. Both offer you some significant performance and significantly better performance than many of the competitors who are offering the Atom-based processors that are out there. Memory, you can go to 4 or 8 gigabytes. Typically 4 is going to be more than sufficient for what you need. And then again, you can kind of take a look at some of the other components there. But really kind of on a page, all the product specifications. So we're really excited, as I said, to release this product and make the announcement at the NRA. Feedback so far has been extremely positive. The folks at Retail Realm have a unit. You'll see they're doing the testing and the certification as we speak. Things are coming along quite. And you'll see in the bundles that we have provided for you that we do have a bundle that's available with the RP2 in addition to our other products that we'll talk about as well. Next slide. So what I want to do now is to jump a little bit into the tablet-based point-of-sale world. There's a lot of competitors that have come out, and literally there are probably hundreds if you go out to the Apple store and you take a look at some of the folks that are out there trying to sell their wares. It's fundamentally different than anything that you're going to get from a Retail Realm. Obviously, it's a proven application, the Retail Realm and the Microsoft Dynamics application, and really just waiting for this sort of hardware to be married together to be able to address that marketplace and make sure that you protect against those sort of competitors that are coming in trying to sell the Apple solution. So what we've done here is we've got a Windows-based tablet, and we've put together a full bundle that would be comparable to anything else that you might see out there. The difference is that we're bundling this all together in a single box, and we're working very closely with Retail Realm to make sure that we've got a great solution for you to be able to take to market. So we'll go through some of the specific components of this, and again, I think in the end, I think you're going to be very pleased with what you see here in terms of this overall bundle and your ability to now compete in that space. Next slide. So from a value prop perspective, right, it's really trying to be as easy to set up and to be able to get started as possible. That's one of the things when we look at this SMB space that we know is a critical component. It's got to be able to take the thing out of the box and very quickly be able to get going. So working together with Retail Realm, we'll make sure that happens. Obviously getting set up with a payment processor and so forth. That whole onboarding process, we need to make that as easy as possible. So we're working very hard and very diligently with a number of different partners to ultimately make sure that not just the point-of-sale application, but as I say, the payment processor as well, that all of those things are as easy as possible. Productivity is a critical piece. Obviously, the Windows 8.1 is a key piece of that for us. So not only can you operate your point of sale, but you can operate other POS applications or other back office tasks as well, which is very important. We've tried to give you a tremendous amount of flexibility within the stand. So to be able to turn and to tilt the stand and so forth, you'll be able to see that here in a moment when I show you the product itself. Or actually, you can kind of see it there in the grayed out area on the right. But really trying to make it something that's very usable in terms of that stand itself. The other thing, and I want to differentiate this is not, for those of you who are familiar with the MX10, and I'll have a picture of the full portfolio here in a moment, the MX10 is really designed to move seamlessly from a mobile point of sale to a fixed position and back and forth, and throughout the course of the day to be able to convert from one type of application to another, if you will. This is really designed to sit in the stand itself and to stay in the stand during the course of the day, and then at the end of the day you would pick it up. You would either go lock it away or you could take it home. You could use it to be able to do maybe some reporting at home depending upon which functionality is available on the web, or certainly to be able to do other applications on it at home at your leisure, but really designed to be fixed position during the course of the day, but primarily be able to use it for that. You can move it to the back office if you want to do that sort of thing as well. So it does have that capability. And then ultimately, again, I mentioned the warranty. What you'll have here is all of the peripherals will come with a standard 3-year warranty, and then the tablet itself will have a 1-year warranty that's come with that, and then it'll be available, there'll be an optional care pack to be able to move that up to a 3-year warranty as well. So really fundamentally, again, that making sure that we've got a reliable, robust system is really a key piece for us. Next slide. So I mentioned that there was a possibility of 4 models, and there would be 3 that we would be releasing. So as you can kind of see right, there's 2 different processors and 2 different screen types. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going back to the RP2 there for a minute. I'm sorry, these are the 3 models that are available with this particular, with the TX1. What we will do here in the States is we'll be releasing the Model 120, which will have the full breadth of the tablet, the stand, the cash drawer, the hub, the receipt printer. It'll have all of the pieces that you really need to get started, with the exception of possibly 2. You may not have, and you may need a scanner. We didn't want to burden every unit with that, so if maybe some of your business is in the hospitality space versus the retail, you might not always need a scanner. And then secondarily, we offer as an option, but not included in the bundle, is an optional customer-facing display that you might want to have. So this is the Model 120, and that'll be the one that'll be released in the U.S. What you'll see in the other two regions, we will not have the MSR, and in the final bundle, we will not have the printer. And the reason for that is once you get outside of the U.S., obviously, more than just credit, having the EMV or having a separate EMV reader is a critical piece. So in EMEA and in Canada, that'll be offered there. And then the final model on the far right-hand side will be offered without the printer, because in some countries in Europe, there's a fiscalization requirement, so we need to have a specific fiscal printer. So here in the Americas, the key piece for you will be this one on the far left, which will be the TX1 Model 120. Next slide. So as I mentioned, there are a number of components that make that up. The first is the HP Pro Tablet 610. That's the first generation unit. That's a 10-inch display. It's a Windows 8.1, and then it's got the Gorilla Glass as well, so tremendous reliability. The stand that I mentioned is easily lockable. You can easily insert the tablet in and then lock it into position and take it home at the end of the day, easily unlock it when you're ready to do that. But that gives you the security to know that a customer's or an associate is not going to easily take that thing and just walk out the door with your tablet. It'll have a USB hub so that you can connect up multiple peripherals if you need things beyond just the printer. Obviously you may have an MSR, as I said. You'll need that. You'll have the printer, and then you'll have the heavy-duty cash drawer. So we made specific choices. We have a couple of different printers that are available within our line, a couple of different cash drawers that are in our line. We specifically chose these as we believe that these are most appropriate for the SMB marketplace. And then, as you can see there, we have the dual-head MSR. That is, again, the same dual-head MSR that we're using on the RP7 as well as on the RP2. So, again, it gives you some flexibility in terms of if you're stocking any inventory, or if you ever have to do any replacements for a customer, because you're providing on-site maintenance for that customer. Next slide. So some of the features, and I'm not going to get into a lot of them in great detail. You can look at these at your leisure, or stop by our booth at RSPA if you're going to be going, or certainly contact your rep and we can go into a lot more detail about it. But the tablet itself, as I mentioned, is a 10-inch tablet. It is using an Atom-based processor, Windows 8.1. It's got 2 gigabytes of RAM, and then 32 gig embedded multimedia card. It does have a micro SD slot. It does have the capability of doing both wireless as well as Bluetooth. I mentioned the Gorilla Glass, and then very, very lightweight, 1.44 pounds. Just fantastic to be a great feel in your hand if you hold this unit, pull it out of that. So when you're taking it home, or if you're doing doing a back office function with this, I think you're going to find that to be just a very attractive, very friendly to use tablet. Next slide. I mentioned the stand. One of the things that if you pick the stand up, what you'll notice is from the very onset, it's a very heavy-duty stand, right? This thing is going to get pulled on by customers. It's going to be tilted by associates, and so we wanted to make sure that it was very sturdy. So we've used a sturdy steel frame. It does tilt to be able to adjust and to be able to look at different viewing angles. It does rotate around so that you can capture the customer information as well, and any signature capture if you desire to be able to do that. It has a magnetic base, which is really great. So when you set this on top of a cash drawer, it just, I mean, it locks into position, even though there's not a physical mechanical connection because of that very strong magnetic foot that it has on it. It's very secure in its position. And then, as I mentioned, the tablet itself locks into position with a thumb screw, and then there's an optional security slot for further security if you want to be able to do that. The stand is designed that while we've got this this first tablet is the Pro Tablet 610, designed to be able to accommodate a variety of different tablets in the future. So as the tablet market changes, we'll be in position to be able to easily adapt this unit with that and to be able to accommodate future tablets as well. Next slide. I mentioned the USB hub. So there's nothing too special about this hub. It is going to be an industry standard hub. But the one thing I'll tell you is that we're not just pulling something off the shelf without doing thorough testing. That's part of the reliability. In fact, the first 3 hubs that we tested failed HP's rigorous standards. So we've now settled in on a particular hub, and we're working to finalize all the documentation around that. But as I say, key to us is making sure that we provide something that's highly reliable and passes HP's rigorous standards. So that's one of the key pieces I would comment with regard to the hub itself. It allows, obviously, connectivity for a variety of other things. If you want to be able to use a scanner and that sort of thing, you've got that capability here. The dual-head MSR is bidirectional. It's USB 2.0 interface, and it's encryption capable as well. Next slide. And the heavy-duty cash drawer, I think I'd mentioned that. The key here is, 5 bill, 5 coin. It's a, very nice, adjustable in terms of the coin width and so forth. Lots of different inserts that are available based upon what you need. Typically here in the U.S., as I said, it's going to be 5 bill, 5 coin. It's a 3-position lock, so it allows you to be able to have an open or an online position or manually unlock the thing. Very heavy duty, so should stand up quite well within that SMB marketplace. And again, you can see the dimensions there, trying to minimize the footprint. Some folks will put this directly underneath the TX1. Others, we anticipate, will locate this remotely a little bit of ways, or maybe underneath the counter and whatnot. And so we've accommodated for that as well. And of course, the HP receipt printer interface, you can use that for the cash drawer kick-out as well. Next slide. And then the printer itself, standard USB parental with the external power supply that will be used here. So a little bit different than on the RP2. On the RP2, I mentioned that we have the 24-volt, so that provides both power and communication. In this particular case, you notice that we have the standard USB hub, so you'll have a separate power supply for this. Again, very consistent with what the competitors are out there are offering, and gives us the greatest flexibility to meet the broadest base of the market. Very speedy printer, 150 millimeters per second, great resolution with 203 dots per inch resolution, and high reliability. So I think that's the key. It is an HP branded printer. We're not secretive. We work very closely with TPG as our printer manufacturer. Work very closely with them, but we brand this HP, and as such, we provide, again, the 3-year warranty on this particular device. Next slide. Now, the solution itself is great from a hardware perspective, but it's really key that we provide you with a number of different materials to make it easy to be able for you to be able to market to customers and to be able to create that end user demand. So whether it's print ads, whether it's direct mail and postcards, whether it's event banners or brochures, we have a full plethora of solutions that are available for you there. And then finally, just go ahead and go to the next slide. In closing, I mentioned that this was part of an overall portfolio for us. We've talked today about the TX1 that you see there at the bottom, really designed for the SMB marketplace, tablet-based point of sale. We've talked about the RP2 in the all-in-one slot there on the second from the right, which is the value all-in-one with the Intel quad-core processors and the IP54 rating. Up above that, I mentioned the RP7, so we have 2 separate units that are available in that all-in-one space. What we didn't talk about was the modular units that are over on the far right-hand side. So the RP5 and the RP3. Hopefully you're already familiar with these units. These have been the bread and butter of HP for a number of years. We just recently updated the RP5 to what we call a 5810, so giving you the advanced operating systems and some incremental processing power of the new Intel chipsets, but have really been the workhorse and the flagship products for us. RP7 is becoming, and the all-in-ones, as I said, recently introduced these, are really becoming front runners for us as well. And in fact, we're seeing some shift move as customers tend to prefer the all-in-ones. We're seeing some shift from the RP5 to the all-in-ones, the RP7, and we expect that to continue with the RP2. And then I mentioned the MX10, which is the convertible solution. There you can see both the mobile POS, the HP mobile POS, and then the MX10 solution, which is that mobile POS along with a retail dock that we use. And so what you can really see is a really comprehensive portfolio. So again, regardless of what your needs are, whether it's a low-end all-in-one, we've got the RP2, we got you covered. Whether it's a tablet-based POS to compete with the likes of Square and Revel out in the world, we got you covered with the TX1. Whether it's you need a workhorse that's a high-end box that's going to be able to operate in the back end as a server, the RP5 will do a fantastic job for you there. So it's a really comprehensive portfolio, and we're very pleased to now round that out with the TX1 and the RP2. Looking forward to seeing you all. I'll be out at the RSPA, as will the rest of the guys. I'm going to turn it back over to David, and then as we wrap up, if there are questions, product-related questions, certainly happy to address those. David?
Thanks, Brad. All right, so we'll go into the bundles now a little bit with some of the pricing. We've put together a few different types. This is in regards to our RP5 series, so the more modular configuration that Brad had alluded to. In this particular case, this particular bundle has a standard duty cash drawer as well as an LCD touch monitor and Epson powered USB thermal receipt printer for $1568 and then you've got your selection of different types of scanners because everyone has their own preference in regards to whether they want to go with a linear or an imaging barcode scanner, and then we also offer a presentation barcode scanner as well too here. In addition to that particular bundle, we have an i3 5800 built out with an i3 processor. Same stack in regards to the peripherals that would be attached to that at a $1628.12 price to you. And then likewise the scanner options available to you here as well. We've got Blue Star part numbers, as you can see up there, the BDLRR RP58-2. So once again, talking to you earlier about having a single part number for these bundles to make it easy for ordering purposes. And then we wanted to include an RP7 as well as part of the offering. So if you're looking at, for one of our higher end all-in-one units, this is the RP7. This one in particular with a resistive screen with the G540 processor and 320 gig hard drive. Also with standard duty cash drawer, and then the Epson USB thermal receipt printer, and then your source of or your choice of different scanner options available to you there as well too. And then we're also talking in regards to the retail realm bundles with the RP2. This is a build out with the J2900 and projected capacitive screen. We all, as Brad had mentioned earlier, we do offer a resistive. If that's going to be something that you would prefer to have as an option for a bundled offering, then please let us know, and we can put that together as well too. But this also with the standard duty cash drawer and the thermal receipt printer at $1483.69, and with choice of your scanners as well here too. And then we'll be offering some terminal demo program for this as well at 70% of list. And then finally the MX10. This is the convertible solution that Brad had talked about in regards to it's tablet-based, but can come off of the retail expansion dock and be utilized out on the sales floor and then be locked back in. So this includes the ElitePad 1000, which the ElitePad 1000 includes a retail jacket that's around it that has an integrated mag swipe reader as well as 1D, 2D scanner built into it. Also includes the expansion dock, which gives you all the connectivity of a full POS terminal, and then the cash drawer and receipt printer for it as well too, and then obviously the option for the scanners again. And then talking about the TX1, which actually it should be ElitePad 610 instead of 1000 there, my apologies, with the standard duty cash drawer and thermal receipt printer at $992.25. All comes in one easy to configure box with all the components included in it as well too. And then finally, for strictly a mobility solution, there is the MPOS 1000 system that, once again, it's what's utilized for the MX10, but just that by itself to where you have the integrated mag swipe reader as well as a 1D, 2D scanner. This is available with an additional battery, so you can get an additional battery pack that will take you to 16 hours of battery lifetime to get you through a full day on the sales floor. From there, I was just going to touch real briefly on service offerings. As Brad mentioned, all of our POS terminals come with a 3-year on-site warranty. You have the opportunity to expand on those with a variety of different what we call care packs that can extend it to 4 years or to 5 years. We can get what's called same-day 4-hour response times, and likewise a 6-hour call to repair. And then we offer things such as accidental damage protection as well too. So there's a variety of different care packs that you can utilize. I think this is an area where, as a reseller, you can actually make some money off of our warranties, depending on what you pass on to your end user customers. In some cases, I know people out there only will pass on maybe a year's warranty and then put the other 2 years in their pocket. Or if you chose to go ahead and put pass on the full 3-year, expand that to a 5-year extended warranty with care packs. As you can see, those are your costs there: $71.66 for just the terminal, and then $90.41 for the terminal and all the peripherals. So for a very inexpensive cost, this expands you out to a full 5 years for this equipment being covered. So if you're charging for service contracts to your customers and then HP can be dispatched to do the actual service, it's a way for you to make some additional money. And we do offer, if you want to become a full-fledged HP reseller, we do offer some other service programs that we can discuss with you that will hopefully bring you some additional revenues via servicing what you sell.